What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another sort of day in the life of I play a character. I do all my dailies on it, raw gameplay, so you can see what playing this shit is actually like. I'm doing it in order of my characters, so I'm doing it on my Bard now. Might not be the most flashy for a lot of people, but hey, if you want to know how a support plays in day-to-day life, this is kind of how it goes. And how I go about it, at least. Not necessarily the right way or the wrong way. It just is what it is. Everybody's their own fucking personal opinions and shit on how to do stuff. Look, man, I'm out here living my life. I will show off my build and shit, too. I forgot to do that in the Berserker video, but, I mean, basically all of my characters are going to be pretty much uniform, identical, level 9 gems, or level 7 gems. Depending on if it's the character I like or not. So, is it a Sork? If it's a Sork, it has level 7 gems. If it's not a Sork, it has level 9 gems. Except for, like, my main, obviously. My Bard is a bit different, I guess. But I typically get my fucking, you know, my Fate and Una's done. And then I still have Hope Island Una. Like I always say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The extra 5 seconds isn't a big enough deal to me, you know? I should switch to my support stuff, because I like to run Sonavel first, typically. Okay, we got that done. Pop on over to Hope Island. And then when I get to Hope Island is when I typically make my lobby for Sonavel. On an average day, it'll probably fill up. You hit them with the FFP 4D LFDPAS, you hit the Sonavel, you make the lobby. And then you run. As far as my build goes, it's pretty standard shit. I don't have my stone upgraded, because I'm just waiting to get a level 4 stone, because I don't care. I'll just accept whoever the fuck applies. I don't really give a shit. We start the Sonavel. But I don't have my stone upgraded. I know a couple people comment that on my Bard videos. I know it would increase my shields, but I just don't care enough. I switched to Master of Spears. This is my gem setup. Level 7 cooldowns for every skill except Heavenly Tune, which I have a level 10 for. Engravings is this. +1 Crisis Evasion, max MP 3 instead of 2, because I like it more. And I also have max MP as my book skill, as you can see. So I'm able to swap it out with Vital Point Hit, should I feel the need to do that for whatever activity I may be partaking in. Main thing I'm trying to do as a Bard, though, you hit them with the 3-bar buff before the break. Sometimes if your damage is really good, they push it. But if they don't, you hit them with the 3-bar before the break, and then they do the big damage, as you can see. As far as, like, daily content in Guardian raids for Bard, you're basically just playing a game with yourself, and that game is, how fast can I build the meter? How many times can I get interrupted? Casting Heavenly Tune is a great game as well. Try to keep that number at 0. I mean, obviously sometimes it happens because you don't have super armor or push immunity or whatever. Paralysis immunity. I don't know what term is the right term. But Sonavel does a lot of things that can push you out of it, so make sure you try not to get your Heavenly Tune canceled. But that's one of the games that I like to play. The other game is, obviously, make sure I'm building my meter as fast as humanly possible. There's slight optimizations you can do, like prioritizing Sonatina and Prelude. Sometimes I hold Prelude because it is our only counter. At least it's my only counter running this build. It's an enjoyable experience. Like, it's not a very, like, intense gameplay loop for daily, which is fun. Like, see, I don't have counter. If I'd saved it, I could have countered, but, I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And obviously, it's your judgment call on when to heal. If typically, if one person is getting their shit pushed in repeatedly, I probably will prioritize damage buffing the other people. That's just like a personal thing. Like, if somebody makes a small mistake one time, I'll give them a pity heal. But if they continue to make the same mistake and they're like the only person taking a shitload of damage, then, I mean, you got health pots, brother. If you're getting shit on through shields, that's like player issue, not bard issue. You feel me? Ya feel me, brother? I will do this. Rhapsody, so you guys no die. Cast one of those. I'll drop a 2-bar because he's staggered. But you can kind of see, it's very low effort, low intensity. And it's not really that much of a headache to decide whether to heal or to damage buff. Just use your brain, man. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Okay. I saved my counter just in case he decided to charge instead of that, but he didn't. And then typically for red phase, I like to save up for 1 3-bar, and then I'll just chain drop 1 bar, either damage buffs or heals, depending on what people need. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. So I dropped my 3-bar, and now I'm just going to keep dropping 1 bars, assuming I get the opportunity to. Because this phase of Sonavel doesn't really last very long. Sometimes the crystal, if you run near it, it'll aggro to you, and then you can spin it away from your teammates. That's like min-maxing, though. You can see I just cast my 1-bar damage buff and he died. That's why I focus on 1 bars from there. Again, none of it really matters. As long as you keep your brand and shit up, you're doing plenty enough. But I like Bard. Bard is definitely my favorite support. Even if it is one of the weaker supports. Sad but true. Now I will run my little legs over to my goblin friend, get my leap stones, and then we head into the big, dangerous Chaos Dungeon. Chaos Dungeon is nothing super exciting. It's basically just Prelude of Death, pretend like I'm a fucking Exploding Palm monk from Diablo 3, and get carried by Betrayal. For this, there's really nothing special. I just unequip both my engravings, and I put on True Courage, and that's about all the effort that I've put on. You cast Z 1 time to get True Courage buff. I mean, I'm sure you know the drill. But, I mean, this is what a Chaos Dungeon looks like on a Bard. You can optimize this a lot more, obviously, but again, I'm good, man. This is plenty good enough for me. I mean, as far as, like, time to clear, Bard actually pretty fast. I've done a little bit of Infinite Chaos Dungeon grinding way back in the day on my Bard, too. My main problem was back when red portals used to exist for that. Bard, obviously, is very bad at killing red portals. So, that's why I lean more towards... Ooh, excuse me, my Berserker. I'm recording this before I head out to bed. It is 5 in the morning. I've had a busy day. But, is what it is, you know? You can see, it's not too bad to kill that, even without a Betrayal buff. And then I always like proccing my Prelude of Death. Because the way Prelude of Death works is, it'll mark an enemy, and when that enemy dies, it will explode and pass the mark onto other enemies. Get like a chain reaction. If you're not used to the metaphor I used earlier, which was Exploding Palm Monk from Diablo 3. Exploding Palm is basically the exact same thing. The target gets marked, and then they explode and pass the mark on. to chain big explosions. It's very fun, very enjoyable. I'll throw a heal down just for funsies. Who fucking cares, man? I'm wild. Wild and wacky, I'll have you know. But you can see that was a very fast Chaos Dungeon. And you'll notice, like, each individual character set of dailies takes no more than maybe 15 minutes at absolute most. So, and I mean, this is me recording a video and not, like, being super hyper efficient, you know, min-maxing. Oh, I gotta fucking do raid now. Sometimes I'll just sit here and ramble. I mean, that's my thing, though, right? I'm a fucking rambler. But I think it's important for you guys to see, too, because a lot of people... I have had a lot of people ask me how long it takes to do all my dailies and shit, and they always, like, give me these incredulous responses when I say, I mean, it takes me, like, maybe an hour and a half if I sit down and focus to do my shit. It really doesn't take that much time. And that's including Una's, Guardians, and Chaos Dungeons on the main 7. Because I only do 7 characters every day now. I haven't touched my other characters in so long. I just haven't had the time to, quite frankly. And when any extra time that I do have goes into MapleStory. But I mean, you can see, Bard is just a fucking clearer. She gets shit cleared, man. Friend's Story is such a bad part of MapleStory. I don't know why they ever added it. But the music is a banger. I guess I should start wrapping up the video here. I always wait too long. I need to be more cognizant of that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we're coming to a close here at this Chaos Dungeon. I just want to again, thank you all. I truly appreciate you guys for taking some time out of your day to spend it with me. It means the world. And hopefully you enjoyed this little video of mine. And I will see you guys all in the next one here in a minute. Thank you to my YouTube members, of course. Consider becoming a member. Help support the channel and all that goodness that comes with it, which is a custom role in my Discord. Discord link in the description. Thank you to my Tier 2s, Blitzels, Remix My Life, I'm Nufu, Aerozyke, Jacob Clouded, and all my Tier 1s, It's Biscuits, Inder, Diz, and of course Arturus. Just on cue. Peace out. Mwah.